Hello, everybody. We're back. Today's menu is finishing off the spawns in Plane of Hate. So we have a few minis left up that I'm going to snipe. I got lucky with a mage staff earlier today. I couldn't sleep, so I woke up early and the respawn's finished. When I went to bed, the respawns was still happening, and I had to go to sleep. But I ended up waking a little bit earlier. Woke up, and what do you know? Magi was up like scheduled, so that's very good. So now we just need to kill the rest of the spawns. However, they have respawned, so I have to clear. Yesterday we cleared all the trash, so we were just waiting for the minis. However, too much time has now elapsed, and we have to re-clear. So we'll start by scouting to see what remains up. And let me just advertise the stream. 1 moment, caller. Great. Okie doke. Oh, damn. I logged in wrong character. No, Bilbo, today is not your day, I'm afraid, Bilbo. Not today. And I so desperately need a haircut, so I am aware of this fact. Thank you, Smudge, for pointing it out. I'm glad you got a haircut, but not everyone makes infinite money. They can just go and just have haircuts whenever they want. I mean, what do you think this is? No, I'm kidding. I've just been a little bit sick lately. I've had a cold, so I am staying indoors, staying frosty. Haircut can wait, but maybe I'll sort it out soon, hopefully. Okay, so now I have to go and scout around. Alright, so we're in this scary place, and gonna scout with this magical eye. Gonna have a look and see where the... Ooh, Carlin chestplate, I haven't seen this before. He must be in Howling Stones or something. My guildmate is hunting in a place called Howling Stones. He's trying to get a mask, an illusion mask for his rogue. He's hunting in the West Wing, trying to get a mask, and he got the common trash drop. I hope he gets used to it, because it's all trash. Okay, so that's 2 of the minis that are up. Where else? Let's see, where else? We've killed the one at the throne. Now I gotta go up. I think there should be one there. Yep, cool. The Master of Spite, and where is this last guy? Okay, cool. I think that's everything. So quite a lot to kill. Cool. We shall start getting set up. Let's see. Yeah, here's my haul from earlier in the morning. This is what we want. Yeah. Mage Star. That's the big money. This will allow me to hopefully finish another epic. Turning music. Nope. Probably not. Oh, hey, buddy. Cool, man. Nice. Glad you like it. I try to be a little bit educational, I guess, if you wanna call it that. Explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, sort of thing. So with my pets, what I do is with the magician I cast Melosini on the pet, which lowers the monster's resists, and Tash with the enchanter, so I kind of like pull it and then stun it so I can debuff it, and then I charm it. This will make sure that charm doesn't break as often. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, the Mage Epic is actually quite fun. I enjoy it because you go to so many zones. You basically have to like go all over Classic and Kunark content. So you gotta go to the plains, you gotta go to all these like faraway zones like City of Mist, Plain of Sky. The one thing that you haven't seen is the Plain of Sky crown. Now this is actually really hard to get. What I might have is I might have a video, a short clip of me farming it. Maybe I'll share it on my YouTube channel. I just started my YouTube channel, so I'm uploading a few videos and stuff. For that you need like a character that's way up, pre-parked in Plain of Sky, and then you have to like zone in, die, drag your corpses up, and then you farm it. I usually have like a crew of a few characters living there for like a week, maybe a bit more. Try to get as many crowns as I can. So then I just have, you know, like 5 or 6 or something lying around in my bags, and I sell them in the bazaar, and I use the ones that I need for the epic. But that's also usually seen as a bottleneck. It's the hate stuff and the mage crown, because to get the mage crown you have to like have the ability to actually go to the Isle in Sky, which is very far away. So like you need a whole raiding guild party to go up there with you and clear all the way from Isle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Isle 6 is actually really hard. So once you make it to 7, people just park like a necro or something. Oh my god! What's going on here? Why am I getting trained? Oh, I get it. It should be linked in my Twitch socials. So if you look at my Twitch profile, there should be like a socials link, and there's going to be a Twitter as well as a YouTube link. I can't give you the channel name because it's just a randomly generated name. It's like just a bunch of like characters, you know, C375APD. I don't have a proper name yet. I don't know how you get a proper name. Maybe that comes later. So you have to get the link from my socials in Twitch. And keep an eye on it later. So I'll dig it up. It wasn't recorded with a Twitch stream. This was just recorded with like Fraps or DX Story with another recording application. But I'll dig up the video and upload it just to show the ridiculousness of it. And next time I farm it, if I do, I'll make sure to stream it and record it so you can see how absolutely retarded it is, because you have these drakes that are level 60, and they're all belly casters, and there's like 30 of them, and you don't really have any way of easily splitting them up, so you have to like be really, really careful on how you pull them and stuff. And they're super resistant, and they nuke you, and they cast gravity flux, so when I farm it, I have to increase my frame rate. You can 3-box it, but it's really, really hard. Like, you need a really strong tank, because they just shred. They're really difficult to slow. And what they have is they have an unresistible spin stun. So if you accidentally pull aggro on your cleric, then your cleric just gets spin stun and just like absolutely melted. And it's really hard to pull aggro because you're trying to box it, and like they're all belly casters, so your stun spells don't generate aggro until you get like right up on top of them and stuff. It's just such a clusterfucky mob to kill. They're just ridiculous. And then everything's going well, and then like you forget to bump your frame rate before you kill them. So usually I play with like 40 frames a second so that my y-axis and my z-axis are smooth and responsive. If you forget to increase your frame rate to like 120, which messes with your z-axis, then the level 60 drakes, they'll cast invert gravity, so like the upgraded version of gravity flux, and they'll just ping you up like 400 units into the air, and then just make you fall to your death. So then like your entire crew just like craters and dies. It's just like, oh, awesome. And then you have to log in like, you know, your spare cleric that you just happen to have, or like your necro that can raise your cleric and then rebuff and start again. So it's quite an ordeal. That's why when I like go there, I make sure I live there for like a week or a week and a half to make sure I get enough crowns, so that I don't have to come back. Yes. Higher frame rate, the less falling damage you will take. It's another quirk of this client. And also it makes you levitate better. So if you have somewhere where you need to levitate across, like across to like areas in the zone where it's like this and you have to like levitate down into it, if you have a low frame rate, you'll just drop. Whereas if you have a high frame rate, you'll kind of hover a lot easier, and you'll be able to like get across. One example is Howling Stones. There's a spot where you can climb up the stairs and then levitate to the east wing, because the east wing has a fake staircase. So if you use normal frame rate, then you can't levitate across. But if you like exit your client, edit your EQ client INI, set your frame rate to like 100 or something, then you can levitate across. So when you farm the drakes on aisle number 7, if you don't set your frame rate to like 120 or something, and then you'll just fall to your death, and then your whole crew dies. It's just such a huge waste of time. It kills like an hour while you like rebuff, res, and get everything set up again. So it's like a little annoying thing where you have to set your frame rate between farming the specific item. Yeah, Sky Crown Week is during slow rotation, exactly, you know it. So it's actually not bad EXP, one thing that I found, because all the mobs are level, I think they're like level 55, 57, and 60, or something like that. So the EXP is actually alright. You have to restart the client fully to apply any client INI settings. You have to exit out and relaunch the game. So it's like, you know, if you forget to do it, then you're hunting and then you remember that you forgot when you fall to your death. And you're like, ah, yes, of course, the frame rate. Ah, of course. You got me. You silly drakes, you got me. Oh yeah, got to resummon my mage. Epic. Always need to have one chunked up, because it's a 5-minute cooldown on the spell gem, so gotta like summon it. Where did this guy go? This guy's here. Maybe I'll try to sneak past. I'm just trying to clear this because I have to the minis are in the way. If I try to pull trash and stuff, all the roaming crap in the church will aggro, so I need to like clear it first before I can go into the north area. The frame rate stuff was patched. Okay, that's interesting. They do use a different client on P99, and I remember when you have patch notes on P99, you actually re-download your client stuff. Oh, yeah. I do like Enchanted Cleric Mage. It's very specific to the zone, though. I used to just do, like, Enchanted Cleric Druid and stuff, but I found that, like, if your pet breaks Charm, it can be really annoying. If the pull is bad, for example, when you pull the named, and before you slow the named, and then Charm breaks, then you have a unslowed named as well as a hasted pet beating on you, and you can just die from that. Whereas if you have a mage pet, then when Charm breaks, the named actually goes onto the mage pet. So you just have to deal with your Charm pet. So this is why I use the specific combo, but I've got many different combos that I use for various farming. If I'm killing tough monsters, some raid bosses or whatever, I use Cleric Enchanter Warrior. If there's no charm pet, for example in Kazakh Thul, the revamped Kazakh Thul, you can't charm anything. I don't use my enchanter. I use like a tank, cleric and a mage, or a beast lord or something like that. So one thing I do love about the server is the variety you can have. When I first started, I only had 3 characters, and then when I got them all to level 60, then I started new characters, because if you have level 60 characters, it's much easier to power level you new guys. Plus you have ability to farm loot and items and get plat, so you can actually equip your characters. If you try to get melee characters geared up when you're first starting out, you're just not going to have the plat for it, which is why I chose casters to start with, because they technically don't need gear. You can be naked. Focus items really help and that kind of stuff, but it's not 100% essential. So you can get to a high level with just your casters. Then when you can farm plat, like kill hill giants or farm fine steel or farm rare items in some zones, you can kind of figure out what people want. Sometimes there's one item that just nobody hunts, and you can go and you can be the person that farms it. Maybe like a Punji tunic, those used to be valuable. Cobalt bracer, maybe something in Siren's Grotto, like Drums of the Beast, or Loot of the Howler and Velks. Just a little niche item that people don't usually farm. So you can be that person that, gets it, and then you can get a few. Like, when I first started, there wasn't anybody hunting in Sebelis. So I went there when I was quite low, like mid-40s. before I was level 50, I got my Sibyllus keys, and it was actually really challenging and really fun. I had Cleric, Druid, Enchanter, and you farm your frog pets, and you could snare the frog pet, and the pet wouldn't summon, so you can just keep your distance from the pet. You would just have it, and if charm breaks, you just be standing far away. The only thing you have to watch out for is there's a roaming Crypt Enchanter frog that roams between Crypt entrance and the exit area on the first floor. So you'd get this like level 50, I don't know, 52, 53 Redcon Enchanter mob that would just completely wreck you. Which, is a testament to how strong enchanters are, right? But that was like the danger zone. I'd have to keep a timer of when he would respawn and then just try to like shank him as soon as possible. And just like keep him stunned and mana sieved and stuff, because he would just completely destroy you. Like he charms you, or like mezzes you, it's just game over. So the irony, of course, being that you're an enchanter that's scared of enchanter NPCs. Yeah. So when I was hunting here in Plane of Hate, it was really important that I get my magic resist up as high as possible so that these Forsaken Revenants mobs don't charm and mez me. So if you have over 200 MR, you're technically immune. Yeah, man, that frog is just brutal. And once again, they can also grab flux, so you just be hunting and then you like fling you into the air and you're like, oh my god. But I went to Sibyllus when I was starting out, and one thing that nobody farmed was Toland's Bracer. The Toland's Bracer is the Ranger Kunark Bracer that summons arrows, and I've just never seen one for sale. So I was like, alright, level 46 or 47 trio with terrible gear. Let's go to Disco 2 and try to farm this Toland's Bracer. And then I got lucky in a drop, and that was like that just increased my wealth by like 5-fold. Because all I had to my name was maybe like a few thousand platinum, and then this Toland's Bracer, I think I managed to sell it for like 20k or something. That was like the first sale. And I was like, yeah, Toland's Bracer. So then I ended up farming like maybe 1 or 2 more, and trying to sell them for around 15 to 20k, and that was my big break. And then I think while I was hunting there, for the first time ever, I had that rune branded girdle drop, which is the random drop from like four shamans or something like that. And it's a really nice belt, and I was like, oh my god, from playing in EQ Live and hunting in Sibyllus for like months and months and months and months, I've never seen a drop. And then here I am, a little trio, new to the server, and I had this like random drop, and I was just so happy. I was like, oh my god, that's like 8k or 10k or something, and I was rich. So it was a lot of luck, trying to like find some exotic zone that nobody hunted in, that I could find some items and farm it up. And then I think after that, they still play this person called Fancy. He's an Imperium in a European guild called Imperium. And he advertised that he wanted to buy Drums of the Beast for 50k. And I was like, holy shit, 50k. That'd like double my wealth. So I was like, oh my god, how can I do this? How can I farm these drums? So I went to Siren's Grotto, and I think I was like level 54 or 55 or something. And the monsters are really tough. You gotta farm these like icy servants that summon, and they hit really hard, and they have this AE. And the spot where you farm it had a bunch of sirens as well, which were enchanter mobs. So they would, mez you and charm you and do all sorts of nasty things. And I was like, okay, this, might be doable. So I went to charm like a bullthar, which is one of the kind of like, I don't know, elephant-looking mobs. I don't know how to describe it. They were kind of straight melee, so I was like, okay, I can have this pet that'll do good damage because, you know, everything else, the icy servants were too tough to charm. Sirens, you can't really charm enchanter mobs that would probably break the game, you know, they'd like be your pet and they would charm another mob as a pet, and I think the zone would probably crash or something. So I was like, okay, this is a straight up melee mob that I can charm and try to farm this item. But I was too low level because charm kept breaking. Yeah, Walrus looking kind of... Well, Walrus is okay. So I went there and it kind of technically worked, but because I was too low level, the level difference between me and the mob meant that charm kept breaking. So it would last like a minute. And it would just be the most annoying thing because it didn't sustain the mana. So I could technically do it, but like having to recharm with like Voltron's spell, I just couldn't keep the mana up. I would just go out of mana. So unfortunately, I had to abandon the idea of trying to farm these elusive drums of the beast for now. And had to go get more levels. So I went back to Sebelis and I leveled to level 57. Because at level 57, both the level difference between me and the monsters was smaller, or rather greater. And I got a new Tash spell. So the level 57 Tash spell lowers the magic resist even more. And that made a world of difference. So at level 57, I basically went back to Siren's Grotto to farm some drums of the beast. Also, there's a spawn where you can farm the icy and watery servants for the placeholder for the shimmering sea spirit for the drums of the beast, as well as kill a seahorse called Felspine that dropped a really nice belt. So there was this one spot where you could kind of do both. You would kill the 4 placeholder mobs, and then you would go down and you would kill the seahorse, and it was kind of like a double bang for buck. And I ended up getting maybe like 2 or 3 drums, or maybe like 4 drums or something like that. And sold it to Fancy, I think. And a person called Grosk. Now, he used to be in a guild called Austerity, and that guild disbanded, and then he joined our guild. He joined Nephilim. But this was a lot later, so this was after I had my dealings with him. So he basically was intrigued by these drums of the beast because he wanted to play the Bazaar game. So he was like, oh my god, these drums are really rare, so if I buy them off me, then I can resell them. But of course I just had more drums, right? So I sold it to him, and then I had more drums for sale, and then he was like, oh shit, what do you mean, like, you've got more drums? And then he tried to ask for a refund. He was like, can you buy them back? And I was like, nah, bro. I said, I sold it to him for like 40k or 45k, and then I said, I'll buy them back off you for 20k, and he was just like, oh fuck. So he got real mad that I wouldn't buy these drums back off him. But I mean, what the hell? I don't have to, you know, there's no returns policy here. Eventually he got over it. I think he managed to like resell them or some shit. But it was pretty funny. He thought he would play the market and be all clever, and then, you know, it didn't work out, so then he was stuck with these drums that he didn't even... I don't think he even had a bard, right? So he didn't need... He just wanted to play the market. I was like, whatever, dude, no takebacks. By the way, this little like feud, kind of like a good faithed feud about us both trying to be hustlers in the bazaar, and eventually he got over it, and then he joined the guild, and we kind of joke about it sometimes still. Like if I bring it up, I'm like, hey Gross, remember that time you try to you try to get me to buy back the drums? Yeah, he probably does. He wakes up in cold sweats. His wife's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong, honey?" "Put the drums. Oh, put the drums, please." Okay, baby, that was 4 years ago. Let it go. So he's actually stopped playing. He used to play quite a bit, but he got a kid, and I think he's got a second kid on the way. So of course that takes precedence over shitty online fantasy game. So he's busy with the family life. And who knows? Maybe he comes back for Planes of Power. He's got a really well geared wizard. So he kind of did like a switch from a warrior, because warriors are really gear dependent. He wasn't getting much gear because of his playtime. So he switched to a wizard, and he ended up getting a really well geared wizard. That unfortunately, once he finished kind of gearing it up, he had to stop playing because of his wife, because of his kid, because of his family commitments. So maybe he comes back for Planes of Power. The game will still be here, right? So it doesn't matter. We'll still be here 10 years from now. We'll still be killing elemental gods and Vextal and all the good stuff. So that's one thing about this server, is there's no rush, there's no progression. It's not a race and then you just hop on a new server when the content is dead. This is a more relaxed kind of vibe, because the EQmulator people, they played with the same content for like 10 years or more. They got the alpha version of Planes of Power and the EQmulator experience, and it was like unpatched for 10 years, so we're all about the static content. And for example, if you look at P99, right? So P99 has been in Valius for 10 years now or something, and people still love it, so we don't rush through content like those pesky progression server kids that just play on like the server for a year or 2 years and then they move on. Trying to miss me. Get out of here. So the cool mechanic here is your summoned pet, so this mage pet, inherits the resists from its owner. So this mage has 2/1 magic resist, which means that this pet will not get charmed and will not get mezzed, which is very important. This is why I keep buffing magic resist, because these enchanter mobs if they charm the mage pet, it's really strong. It stuns and it hurts a lot. So having high magic resist on your mage, as well as your enchanter and as well as your cleric, is really important here, so that you don't get owned by the enchanter mobs. In the absence of having high resists, what you can do is you can just keep stunning the mobs. So you could go up to it and just keep casting your enchanter stuns as well as your cleric stuns on the mob. Just keep it perma-stunned, and that would prevent it from harming you. Or keep an eye on the spell that it's casting. If it's trying to cast the Mez spell or the charm spell, you can... At health. Paralyzing Earth. Okay, so it's stunned. Rooted, sorry. Come on. There we go. Which is what I had to do in Siren's Grotto when I was hunting the enchanter mobs. When I was just new to the server, there's no way I could have 200 magic resist. So I just had to keep stunning the enchanter mobs, otherwise I would get wrecked. Yep, they sure can. It gets very clusterfucky when they charm your pet. Or when they charm the... yeah, exactly. So your pet will get charmed and mez quite easily. Now, there's a few tricks to deal with that. I don't know if it's accurate mechanics or if it's exploits. I assume it's accurate. But I can show you what happens if my pet does get charmed. You can basically mez it and charm it back. And then you can break mez artificially early. Because there's a few tricks. Pet health, still rooted. Paralyzing Earth is a really, really good route. It lasts for a very long time. Oh yeah, this little cleric guy. Okay, I may check and see. Okay. There's a chest that spawns right here. I was trying not to aggro that because the chest procs Dispel. And Dispel is not a very good thing to proc when your head is tanking, because you'll lose your pet. Yes, I'm at the evac spot. This is the sucker spot. The exact spot where you evac is actually here, in the middle of this pillar. You actually end up inside this flaming thing. So when you evac, you just move a little bit here, and this is considered a safe spot because nothing will aggro you right here. You are just far away enough from the Maestro of Rancor room. You're just out of the way of the roaming mobs here, and you're just out of the way of the roaming mobs over here. So this little area is a safe spot. Now it's only safe a little bit. Like you can't get too close to the hole because there's pathing mobs all along this wall inside. So if you kind of move like where I'm right now, you'll actually train yourself. Which is why when I log in, the first thing I do is I clear this whole area and this all the roaming crap in here, so that I can hunt like this without training myself. Okay, let's see. What am I missing? I'm missing some buff. I gotta keep the junk buffs up because you constantly get dispelled by a lot of mobs. There's wizard mobs, there's shaman mobs, there's cleric mobs, there's enchanter mobs, magician mobs. Everything loves to dispel you. It's totally great. There's an explanation on the forums of how Dispel works. It's actually quite complex. Each spell in the spell data will tell you the percentage chance it has of dispelling a buff and how many buffs it dispels. So if it says cancel magic 4 and cancel magic 4, so if you go to the spell data and it's got 2 effects, cancel magic 4 and cancel magic 4, that means that it's got 2 attempts of removing buffs with 40% chance each. So it kind of goes through each buff until it succeeds. If it has 4 slots of cancel magic 9, that means it's got a 90% chance of removing 4 buffs. So each time it removes 1 buff, it'll remove with a 90% chance, so it'll probably remove your top 4 slots. The enchanter ones are 4 times, and the cleric and wizard ones are usually 2 times. So that's why enchanting spells are much stronger than the cleric or wizard or magician ones, because they both remove more buffs, and they have a higher chance of removing buffs. A named was just above me, so I just kind of pointed below the mob to have it aggro, because I can't target it because it's above me. But if you just kind of go below it and aggro it through the floor, which is a specialty over here in Plane of Hate, you just kind of pull it that way. So if you want to read up on the Dispel stuff, there's a really long thread on the forums where the devs were trying to figure it out. There was a few theories, some actually very interesting theories, a very, very plausible alternate method of how the Dispel mechanic would work. That people thought was true, but it wasn't actually true. Ah, come on. So it was a very, very plausible theory. It talked about each buff having like a strength assigned to it. And then the Dispel spells. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Yep. Now watch this. This is how I salvage the situation. Is I cough myself. Over here. Oh no! Summon my mage. That's not good. Ah! I'm trying to run away so that I can cough myself, but it didn't work. Alright. Oh no! Yeah, so the problem here was that Mistress of Scorn is quite resistant, and I didn't land slow in a couple of attempts, and I had 2 charm breaks or 3 charm breaks, so it goes. But it's okay. I've got a cleric camped out for this exact reason. So yeah, this is what happens when you get a hasted pet and an unslowed mini boss beating the shit out of you. So I have to wait for it to run away now. If I log in, just die. So I need to give them a second to path away, and I will arrest myself. Cool. But it's okay, I'll recover quickly. Don't you worry. As long as my pet didn't die, because if my pet died, then I'd lose my weapons that I gave him. Yep, hate tracker is parked there. But yeah, unfortunately, I was trying to debuff the mob, but I can't really tash it too early, because then it would just keep summoning the enchanter, so you kind of have to wait for it to beat on the mage pet or the charm pet for a little bit, for it to build aggro. But because my charm broke twice, I was battling that as well as, yeah, Cloth clears aggro, but I didn't get it off in time, because as I was casting it, my mage got summoned mid-cast. So yeah, a few things that didn't go right, and that's just the way it goes. It's alright. We shall rebuild. As long as I get my pet back. I think my pet was Aroma. I think I shrunk it, so I have to look for a shrunk roaming lich to get my pet back. So we speed this up by getting on a horse. Camp this up, load this in. What you want to do is you want to summon a mod rod before you take the res. Then gather mana, so enchanters get an ability to get all your mana back. Yay! The mad hex. Now I'll just click some regen things. Then you click your mod rod, you click your horse. On your cleric, you cast your Donald's Breastplate, which is a free complete heal. And now we're rebuffing. Get those junk buffs up. Gotta keep an eye on this little pet. I see it come back. I gotta snag it. Oh yes, so my cleric needs a mod rod, so let's prioritize that. Hey, there he is. Back, little guy. I gave it 2 stun weapons, which are not terribly expensive or terribly exciting, but I still don't want to lose them, so if I can avoid it, I'll get my pet back. I gave it a harmonic dagger, which drops in Kana's castle. And I gave it a null height lariat, which drops in Splitpaw, I think, or something like that. And it's not very expensive. I've got a whole bunch of them, but still, if I can avoid having to lose it or buy a new one, then that's ideal. So now my next buff is gonna have to be very high mana buff, unfortunately. So, and I want to make sure that it doesn't get dispelled, so I have to bury it. Oops.
Fizzle.
Make sure I bury it deep in the junk buff area. I'll do like Ultra Vision or some crap. Cool. So I'm almost done. Just gotta get the Orb of Mastery, a new one. Ace for the pet. And we should be good to go to resume the killing. Get my spells back in order. All right. Okay, just missing a spell haste. All right, Loathing Lich, you gonna behave this time? You gonna be a good boy? Click my mod rod. I'll just meme the good flow for the name. Oh, buddy, calm down. Huh. Cool roaming spot, bro. Just got up the wall. Come on. Come on, little guy. Round 2. Fight! So I think it's still probably going to be cached from the last fight, so I should be able to try slow earlier. Sweet, there we go. Easy as that. See, how hard was that? What's the big deal? This time I can slip a cup of tea. Oh, I put way too much ginger in this tea, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's got a kick. Oh, how's my food? Food's good. Good water. Oh no, not this again. Ah, it's trying to cast Ice Comet on me. That's the graphic for Ice Comet. I don't play with spell particles on too high, but I can still tell what spell it's casting. See the spell? Now it's gonna go Mist or Shards of Deadly Ice. That's Ice Comet. I play with just enough knowledge. You see this red stuff that's coming up? That's a proccing stun. So when it says Sudden Force, you should see the red stuff. See? Red stuff, Sudden Force. Now it's casting Rend. Magic Force rends their flesh. Yeah, when the mob is slowed, it's super easy. I just have to watch for it in range, because the boss enrages. Oh, I forgot to haste the mage pet. Noob. I was too distracted with rebuffing myself. Okay, so when this gets to 10%, I have to step in and tank. Because it enrages. There we go. Okay. Which character has slots for all the loots? Might have to offload some stuff to the mage. Okay, that's that boss done. Now we gotta... Oh, actually, I forgot about the one up here. This one's good to get now while I've cleared some of the roamers, because typically if you try to pull this one up here while there's roamers that go along this way, they'll aggro. Now this is an enchanter mob, so need to drain its mana and stop it from gaining. And also dispel it on incoming multiple times, because it's going to be hasted and that kind of crap. So oh no, you don't. Ah, it dispelled me. Hilarious. Look at this shit. Ultra vision, feet slow down, protection fades, you might return to normal, so I've lost AI and I've lost a bunch of crap. No, come back, come back, come back, come back. So this is the one where your pet might get charmed. So he's gonna summon me now. Ah. So now I dance around. What did I lose? I lost Ultra Vision, I lost my resist buffs, and I lost KI. Good. My pet may have got dispelled, but didn't dispel charm, so that's good. So this spell that I'm casting, Torment of Argly, it's a dot that drains mana over time. So if you just do mana sieve, then the NPC will regenerate mana over time. So it may still be able to dispel or gate or do stuff like that. But if you mana sieve it as well as dot it to give it a mana drain, then it stays pretty much out of mana the whole time. So I kind of swap that spell in when I'm fighting caster bosses like the cleric one or the magician one or the wizard one or the enchanter one, because they do gate. Gate is usually determined if it's too far away from the spawn point. So this is pretty close to the spawn point. It's maybe like 200 location units away. So it usually doesn't gate in that case. But it's still good to be safe to mana sieve it, because it stops it doing funky stuff like mazing and charming and dispelling you and that stuff, that kind of stuff. Health. Oh yeah, cool. I forgot to rebuff the junk slots. And I'll just rebuff magic resist. And I cast this little ceramic band, which is a inventory clickable level 1 nuke, because that negates pets taking all the experience. So the experience here is not very good, but every bit helps. If the pet isn't stealing all of it, it makes it move. So I just do the minimal damage. Sometimes I do the damage through a stun. The cleric stuns have a damage component. Yeah, I'm gonna stun this lich so that I can Malsini it. And I can stun this. Oops. Then I can like stun this rat, do a little bit of damage. 60 points of damage. It's just something to make it do 1 point of damage. Also, I'm pulling full mana, so I can click with my horse. Don't need the horse buff. The horse buff eats a lot of food and water, and there's no easy way to replenish food and water here. If you die, you can just pick some up. That's probably the easiest way, but don't really want to die on purpose. It's usually an accident or a mistake or a unlucky situation that causes you to die. So don't want to forcefully just die to pick up food and water, so you're trying to minimize the spend by clicking off the horse. when you don't need it. Min-maxing that horse time. And also what I've done earlier when I started here was I summoned Water, Blessing of the Storm. Summons, it's like an AE spell that summons Globe of Water. Hey, there's an outdoor zone. Yes, you can cast Spirit of Wolf. Yeah, I've got Jagwoods. Which is very unusual. Don't ask. As far as I can tell, there's no sky. It's just a giant indoor church-looking building thing. Why it's outdoors, I don't know. Maybe Enuruk in his little tower, he's got like one of those skylights. Or you can just watch the rain and pestilence through the window outside. Just enjoying all this rotting corpses that are falling from hell. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Got too close to the building, so now we've got a ninja mummy. Huh? I love the curries. They've got pretty cool animations. It's like this monk, zombie monk. I don't kill the Plane of Fear golems. Sometimes guildmate will be doing it, and he'll ask if someone wants to team up, and then maybe we'll do it together. I have done it before, but it just takes so long, and the drop rate of anything good is just terrible, and I don't really need the time to keep doing it and maybe get, you know, like a 50k item. I just can't be bothered. Because you have to set up, you have to clear in, you have to cough yourself. You have to do a whole bunch of bullshit, you have to get death touch multiple times. It's just like, sucks ass. So I'll help my guildie if he's doing it for fun, but I want to initiate it myself. I just can't be bothered. So more power to them if they get a puppet strings or an amulet of necropotence. I will happily celebrate the fat loots with them, but I can't be bothered doing it myself. I've had too many times where we've killed it together and we've killed. You can't really do all 3 golems by yourself. You can do one by yourself. You can do Terror. Dread, because Terror doesn't death touch. So he's the one you can kind of do some bullshit passy pull and bring him in and kill him. Dread and Fright, they death touch, and there's a few tricks, but it's very hard to actually trio. You need help. So typically when people just trio the golems, they just trio one of them. So it's too much effort to do the whole clear the area, off yourself, mess around with all the death touch bullshit mechanics for one golem. I've seen too many times where we kill all 3 golems and we get complete garbage loot. So killing just 1 golem? Uh-oh. This isn't good. Oh, damn. This is the downside of summoning mobs. It'd be bullshit. Okay. Yeah, the Plentify Golems, kill them so many times or you kill all 3 and it's just complete garbage loot, so just killing 1 seems like a worse deal. Yeah. There's a reason why I loot all the armor. There's a quest in Plane of Knowledge called Planar Armor Exchange. And on EQ Live, when you turn in this armor in Plane of Knowledge to the guild trainers, there's guild trainers for each class. There's a human monk, there's an exile monk, there's a ogre warrior, there's an exile warrior, there's a cleric, beast lord, druid, shaman. For every class and for every like evil and good combination. When you turn in the respective Plane of Hate or Plane of Fear armor to the guild trainers, on EQ Live you will receive a reward along the lines of a random gem, and the experience. The experience has been nerfed because it's a Plane of Power quest, and we're not in Planes of Power yet, and it was deemed to be too overpowered to enable the experience. So they've, as a compromise, they've just enabled the gems. So for every piece of armor that you loot, you can randomly receive a diamond, a raw diamond, a blue diamond, or a peridot. Obviously, blue diamonds are the most valuable, but it means that every piece of armor is probably like 100, 150 plat on average from diamond, raw diamond, or blue diamond, and this is a way of getting some plat. So all the normal droppables that you get, like ruby crowns and diamonds and stuff, so you can loot, you know, sellables like these. Sapphire necklace, ruby crown, fire emerald, star ruby earring, diamond. So these are all looted. Ruby, black sapphire. But in addition to that, for every piece of armor that you get, it also turns into an equivalent gem. So it's actually quite lucrative. So I hunt here because the minis have a rare random chance of dropping a few okay items, like Shield of the Immaculate. This is an inventory clickable by anybody, your disease spell. So if I put it in inventory and target myself, I can cure disease. It's 1 second cast time, so it's really quick, so you can cure slow and shit if you want, if you're like a monk. There's also a very good niche use case, which is tagging for faction. So you effectively, if you target someone else and you cure disease, you can get on the aggro list because you're casting a beneficial spell on them. You have to cast it a few times because of a thing called witness check. But eventually, because it's a 1 second cast time, you can just spam it. So eventually, after like 3 or 4 casts, you'll get on the aggro list, which allows you to do things like this. If you are PBAE pulling for faction, lobby things like in Droga doing the charter quest, or in Lower Guk doing the Froglock Illusion quest, Sorry, the froglock is the quest giver. The illusion quest is for Wood Elf. It's this item, I'll show you one sec. So my cleric will now turn into a Wood Elf. This item. This is a quest that requires you to grind lower duck faction. So what you can do is you can have a guildmate of yours. Yeah, exactly like using the C-Invis bracer. So you can have a guildmate of yours or a friend or whatever pull a bunch of progs. And because your monk, for example, or I don't know, some class like a rogue or a warrior or whatever, that doesn't have any PvE spells, a way to get him tagged on all the faction and all the frogs is to have him cast Cure Disease on the puller or C-Invis on the puller. So you can have a kind of collaborative effort where you and a friend are pulling undead frogs, and then the melee characters can get faction by casting this little clicky beneficial thing over and over to pass the witness check, and then you can take some faction. It's also useful for, you know, curing disease. Like, for example, if you're a monk that gets slowed, you just cast the shield like 10 times or 16 times, or however many disease counters the slow will have. And you can cure your slow. So instead of having to wait like 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the case of a shaman slow, you can just cure yourself in about 20 seconds. So you get random crap like that from the minis. You also get Eye of Inaruk, which is, unfortunately, it's inventory clickable, but it's only by wizards. And it gives you Chill Sight, which is like a little nothing buff, but what it does is it instantly refreshes your spell gems. So it's like an insta-clicky spell gem refresh useful item. I use it on all my wizards. And that's another little good one that you get from the minis. As well as very, very, very rarely, you can get this thing called the Shattered Emerald of Corruption, which is used for the Ranger Epic. It's very rare. So I hunt the minis when a lot of them are up. I use my planar hate tracker. If I see like 5 or 6 or 7 minis up, then it's worthwhile to kill and clear this stuff, because you get random armor drops and gems from the trash, which give you plat, as well as a small chance of these rare drops from the minis. If the Magi is up, of course, that's the big money shot. That's the mage staff for the mage epic. But in absence of that, you have a very low chance of getting the Shadowed Emerald of Corruption, as well as some other drops. So it's a fun little thing. The zone is chaotic. It's unpredictable. You know, some stuff just happens and you die. But it's also quite fun and challenging and exciting. So I like hunting here. It's okay EXP. It's not the best. It could be a lot better. But yeah, random gems, armor drops which turn into gems, as well as chance of some rare drops from the minis and the mage staff. So fun little expedition, and it's usually not contested, so you know, very few people come here. Sometimes they come here for the Enchanter epic, very rarely the Rogue epic, but it's fun. It's good fun. The mage stuff used to be worth a lot more, of course. Now it goes for between 20 and 30k, so it's affordable. I'd say if you need it and you can pay like 25 or 30k for it or something, it's significantly easier than screwing around here. Unless you get very, very lucky. It can take months to get this, unless you actively keep track of all the spawns. If you're the one that's killing all the minis and you know the timer when they're going to respawn, then, you know, it's more viable. There's a big random element. I've had cases where I've killed like 6 or 8 Magis and gotten no staff. So even finding the Magi up can be tricky. but finding him with the staff up is even trickier. Typically, it's a little bit misleading when you come here and you track and you see Magi up and you're like, oh, he's up, and then it's like, oh, he's got no staff. Oh, damn, so close. Could have got it if it had the staff. People just leave him up. So people will check tracking all the time, and if he's got the staff, they'll just snipe him. And if he doesn't have the staff, they'll leave him up. So don't think that just because you see Magi up, that's your chance of, like, you know, getting him just as likely with a staff or without a staff. People just leave him when they don't have a... Haha, what up? What up, Nick? How you doing, buddy? Why are the graphics all crappy? Let me turn on NVIDIA 3070 RTX for you, buddy. I don't even have shadows, like... See? No shadows. There's not even an option for shadows. Oh, yep. So no chance on that one. This is the highest settings, bro. I think I've installed high quality textures. There's a high quality texture pack that somebody developed to make the game look better, and I think I've installed them. So this is like this is the max graphics. You love to see it. It's the Twitch FPS that I gotta get. Yeah. The fast reactions. Yeah. Can get me. Stuck in and out. Punch him in the nuts. See? Didn't even flinch. Oh, what's this guy doing here? Okay, I gotta reposition this guy a little bit. He is kind of getting pushed into this guy, so I want to avoid that. But look at my pet. This is my charm pet, Spectre. Yeah. Look at him. Isn't he cute? Alright, so I'm just gonna pacify this guy. Then position my pets so they push him into me. Yes, multi-boxing. So I'm playing 3 characters. My enchanter called Thoughts, my cleric called Prayers. Dream team, Thoughts and Prayers. And Atar is my friend's mage. I've got a mage myself, but I usually use them for raids and other kind of kills. So when I hunt in this zone, what I do is I just leave these guys here for like a week or 2. I just kind of kill and then I just camp out in the same spot, so I don't have to move them around because it costs platinum to teleport into this place. And he doesn't play, so I just use his character and just leave him. Leave him here. Use him and abuse him. Oh yeah, cool, man. Yeah, the high definition package, the graphics package actually came from P99. There's the high-res texture pack, and there's also some like model packs where you can get like old models, like the old wolves and the old skeletons, but unfortunately they don't work on this server because P99 uses a different client. P99 uses the titanium client or something like that, and this uses the original like EQemulator, I think like the gold client. So the global texture files are slightly different, which means that if you try to apply the P99 texture pack, you get really glitchy, freaky models like heads popping out people's arms and helmets through your legs and just really, really, really freaky weird shit. Something out of a David Lynch movie. Or like a David Cronenberg movie, more like. Oh man. Yeah, I love the EQemulator vibes. Such a good community. People spend a lot of time making this old game better. Okay, so this guy is gonna have an Eye of Inaruk that I mentioned, so I'm gonna loot another one here. Need to find some bag space. Check it in here. And this is just a weapon that used to be good. Look at this ratio, 927. It's complete garbage. But this is what you had back in Classic. You had garbage and you loved it. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough spawn. These spike golems, and this guy can be pacified, so I gotta pull it. Back my pet up. Fuzzy procs knockback. Guy's gonna try to stop me. Gotta back my pet up again. Probably gonna proc knockback again. Nope. Aristotle. What's the spell? Here too. Alright. How was work today, hun? Did you work hard at the coal mine? Did you make all the pixels? God, I still remember those. Dave, and what was her name? Edwin or something? Fuck. I still remember those people. So we used to play back in the day in 2001, 2002 with this Aussie girls, and there was this couple that played, like a husband and wife, and they were just like, you know, they probably played next to each other, right? Because they're in the same fucking house, but they insisted on talking in game, and they would just always be like, hey Han, how's this Han? Oh hi Han. And just this like fucking annoying couple talk in the game all the time, and it was just like, just drove me absolutely mental. So I think I lost my shit a few times. I remember getting into some arguments with them, and there was a little bit of animosity because it just drove me insane. Just, hey Han, congrats Han, congrats on the loot Han. Like, shut the fuck up. So good. Wait, stop it. You are my friend. Do you see? You are friends. Now, kill your brother. But yeah, they were Australian, so maybe extra annoying because of that. I don't know. Yeah, the loathing lich is my pet. When you hear that like chiming ding sound, like ching, and the yellow text that says charm broke, that's like an audio trigger. That lets me know my pet broke. So it's just a random mob called the Loathing Lich that I've charmed, and it does really good damage. So it's all about their deeps. As long as you can control it, as long as you know how to tame it. When it breaks, you can take advantage of the great damage that it does. But I also do have a high level Necro, and the pet that the Necro has the same graphic. It's like a Spectre, but it doesn't do as much damage because it's just a normal player summoned pet. It probably does less damage than this mage pet. This mage pet that I have is really, really good. Bacon. He's a good guy. So this is probably the strongest summoned pet in the game, which is why I use the Magician. The pet is summoned through this item, Orb of Mastery, which is the Mage Epic quest. So you do this big long quest, and you summon the pet, and then does really good damage, and it tanks really well, and that kind of stuff. And, you know, it doesn't randomly break and try to kill you. So if the charm breaks at a really bad time, if you actually rewind this stream to, I don't know, like an hour ago, I was killing some little bosses, and I had some bad luck with timing of the charm, and I got my ass handed to me, yeah. So I pulled the boss as my pet broke charm, so I had like the boss as well as the pet beating on me, and then I kind of tried to heal and recover and debuff the boss, but the slow spell got resisted, so he was pissed off. He was a long-legged, pissed off Puerto Rican, and he kicked my ass, and then I recharmed my pet, and I put it back, and then the charm broke again, and then I just died. Those good times. Everybody loved it. The kids loved it. Kids they're just like, yay, yay, he died, yay. But yes, the pet gloves from Big Style. So what my guildmate Crushzilla is talking about, there's an item from the top rating zone called Big Style, and the item is called Gloves of Summoning, something like that. This Magician doesn't have it. This Magician has different gloves. But if you get those gloves from Big Style, then this little mage pet becomes even more powerful. The model becomes bigger, it's got more hit points, and it does more damage. So the gloves are really, really good. It's good shit. Come on. But to get those gloves, you have to pay DKP. DKP is the currency in the guild. Yeah, these gloves, look at this. He just linked Gloves of Dark Summoning. It's got a hidden focus effect. You can't actually see it. The gloves have really good stats, as well as a hidden focus effect. The reclaim energy part is kind of like a fake up. But what it does is it buffs up your pets. So if you're a necromancer or a magician, you get a stronger pet with these gloves. And the focus works all the way up to level 65. So when the next expansion gets released, which is still in development, hopefully it'll come out maybe like 2-3 months from now. It's been in development for like 3 years. Well, actually, that's a lie. When the devs released the previous expansion, they just took a break for like a year or two because they worked hard and they just needed to take a break. They fixed bugs and just took a break. So it's been in development for maybe like 2.5 years, something like that. And it is almost finished. There's a little development progress tracker. It tells you which zones have been finished, and we're on to the very last raid zone of the game, the end game zone. So when that gets finished, maybe in like a month, or a month and a half, or maybe 2 months, then it's a release date, and then we can get to the final expansion of this progression server. It's called Planes of Power. You get extra 5 levels. At the moment, the level cap is 60. You can go up to 65, and the gloves, the aforementioned gloves, will still work on pets all the way to level 65. So they are pretty point. But because the gloves are a raid item, they're quite valuable, so you gotta spend your dragon kill points to get You get the loot. You got to compete with other people in the guild that want it. You can't just be like, these gloves are mine, I'll take them. And lots of other people want them as well, so you have to spend your accumulated raid points, called DKP. It's like a currency on our system. There's a database that keeps track of all the attendance and all the points that everyone has that they've spent. And they are quite spicy because they're really good. I've got them on my main magician, but because this isn't my magician, this is my friend's magician, he doesn't have them, and he's just fine without them. But my main one has it, and I've got the good pet. Yeah, so what my friend Crush is saying, would be pretty good if you could like invest your DKP. You can like gamble it. There's like a casino, and you like fucking come in and everyone gambles their fucking DKP. That would be pretty good. Just spend like 3 months trading and spin the roulette wheel and be like, and it's gone. And it's gone. We're just gonna put it into some high yielding mutual funds, and it's gone. Inside EQ, there's actually a casino that came out a few expansions later. Because what they had is they had issues with platinum. There was like a bunch of exploits, like platinum dupe bugs. Something with trade skills or some item was miscalculated on the vendor, so people ended up generating a whole lot of platinum in the game, like millions of platinum illegitimately. So to try to remove the platinum from the game, they introduced the casino. So for like millions and millions and millions of platinum, you could gamble to get these rare drop items that no longer drop. Some items were deemed to be too powerful, so they were removed from the game. And because the casino came out like, I don't know, 5 years later or something like that, they kind of thought that, well, some of these items were powerful, you know, like in the year 2000, but in the year 2005, maybe it's not so overpowered. So as like a way of getting rid of the platinum in the game, they allow you to gamble vast sums of money to get a chance of some rare thing that no longer drops. Don't stay up too late, hon. Have good dinner, buddy. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We need to play some StarCraft. You need to install that and give us a little game. Me and Andrew played a few games, so you can come join us. Do some like 3v3s or something. I know it does. If you play 3v3 or like 2v2, it's less stressful. 1v1, it's just like, oh, I played a few games with Andrew, they were 1-on-1, and it was just like, you just sweat. Like your heart rate just goes to like 150. Who needs to go to the gym when you got Zig versus Terran? Alright, buddy. See you later, have a good one, we'll catch up soon. It's barbecue season coming up, yeah, buddy. Yeah, Brood Wars is good, man. I used to play that so much. Brood Wars and Quake 1. Oh, good times. Okay, I think I killed all the minis, so I shall get rid of my pet. Get my weapons back. Let's see. Need to nuke this thing down. And my spells. I love the proc on the minis is like festering sores, and it's like some slow disease debuff, like a disease dot that does like 1 point of damage, but it just lasts for like hours. So you get this pet that's just got these festering sores. Delicious. Everyone loves some pus-covered sores on Le Bonk and Le Beacon. It's okay, buddy. We'll just unsummon you and everything's gonna be okay. We'll just go back to your genie bottle, and it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, bruh. Okay, now my inventory slots are pretty full, so I need to juggle some stuff around. Give this guy some tradables. See what I can do to balance out the inventory slots so that I can go to POK with one character or something and unload. Because next time the minis respawn, I'm probably not going to have enough room to loot. Which would not be good because one portal stone is less less than I get from all the sellables, so ideally you'd want to just like go back down and then maybe bring 2 characters back. Yeah, this might work. Okay. I'll keep my mage here and fill up these slots. As much stuff as I can. And then I'll show you the armor turnins if you're still here and if you're interested. I'll show you how the armor turn stuff works. Okay, that's full. I can get rid of the summoned water. Optimize that shuttle ferry to back to Norath. Right. Yeah, okay, I'm full. Yeah, whatever. So I'll bring 2 of my guys back down so that I can port back up with my wizard. Bring 2 of them back up. Cool. Take the hull back home, boys. I'll just do a charisma buff. Oh, I don't think I need a charisma buff. Fancy. I think I was talking about him earlier. What was the topic? Talking about Imperium. Can't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. He's the man that was auctioning drums for 50k, and I just was like, holy shit. This is the riches that I've dreamed of. So I'm going to this Phantasmist. He is the Enchanter class trainer, and I'm turning in the Insidious armor. So whatever Insidious armor I have. Apothic. So Apothic is this magician guy here. Where did he go? They roam, so you gotta catch him. Oh, there he is. So Apothic. And then you can see what gems you get. So he has a raw diamond, a diamond, and a blue diamond. So you kind of turn it in. Got some blue diamonds and a paradox. Yay! And yeah, you just keep checking for the armor that you need. Turn in. Yeah, I think I'm done. Done this guy, and then I go to this guy. So Apothic. So Fancy and Imperium, they took a little bit of a break from this server. There was another emulator server called Project 2002. So they initially they were in a guild called Destiny, and I don't know, there was some disagreement over raid times or personality clashes or something like that, or maybe like leadership style. Destiny was very casual, and maybe these guys wanted to be more structured and organized. So what happened was there was a split off. A bunch of raiders went and formed a European guild called Imperium, and they were killing some stuff. They were doing pretty well, but unfortunately Fancy was a bit of a loudmouth, and he got into a few fights over the Alliance channel over the Destiny split. So a few people kind of like hassled him, you know, they're like, you guys did this and you did this and you're jerks, blah blah blah, and there was like a bit of back and forth. So the GMs didn't really like it. The GMs were like, you guys need to just shut the hell up. Like, we don't want to hear it. So can you behave? Can you stop being the bad guys? And there was a little bit of animosity between the devs and the Imperium Guild. So a few rules were made that kind of interfered with Imperium's raiding style. What they did is they had some forum accounts. So there's a bit of organizational stuff you need to know about the server. It's split up into one human gets a forum account. So you sign up on the forums, and that's like your identity. And then inside that forum account, you have 10 game accounts. The game account is equivalent to like what you would do is if you bought a game account with Sony. A game account is like a subscription. So because the Maxa was free to play, they were like, you can have 10 game accounts per forum account, which lets you have 80 characters. So one game account gives you 8 characters. So you could have like just a shitload of characters. What Imperium did is they had one human, so like one forum account that had quite a lot of characters in it. Like Bisbin, he had a bunch of wizards and enchanters and bards and clerics and stuff, so their player characters were concentrated across just a few forum accounts. So they would actually have people log in extra boxes that were actually well geared because they were in Destiny previously. And because you have these consistent raiders, they would always attend raids and gear up really well and stuff. And any new players that joined, Imperium were like, come here, you can just like box these like level 60 characters and just like come raid with us. So they kind of became a top guild really quickly. They were raiding all the top level content with a very small force of humans. So they would only have like, I don't know, 15 or 20 humans, but they would share these high-level characters. And this kind of didn't sit well with the GMs. They didn't like it because I guess it was against the spirit of the server. You know, you're supposed to play here yourself and level up your characters and that kind of stuff. Not like just, you know, start on the server, join a brand new guild, like be a brand new player that joins this guild and like just like boxes someone else's, you know, fully geared level 60 wizards and just kills all the dragons and shit. So they introduced this artificial rule that said from one forum account, you can only log in 3 game accounts, which kind of restricted this whole account sharing. Because their whole guild was based on, you know, having these established high-level characters that were spread out over existing accounts. They were all on like one forum account. So the devs and the guild didn't get along. There was a little bit of clashing. And they left the server. The GMs called them, there was like a name that they gave to like problematic guilds, you know, like created this rule, and they were like, if you're a bully guild, yeah, that's right. That's what, if you're a bully guild, then you can't, you know, this rule doesn't apply to you. And Imperium were like, oh great, you guys are calling us like bully guilds for no fucking reason, just because we want to, you know, play the game within the rules, and then you change the rules, and now we're like the bad guys. So there was a little bit of animosity, and they went away and played on P2002. They left there for a couple of years, I think. And they became quite a force there. They were actually quite powerful, so they quickly started playing there. They knew all the tricks and exploits, and you know, once again, they were the problem children because they would come in and they were like PBA things. The problem with the P2K server was that the server was quite broken. This server is really accurate with regards to game mechanics, but P2K P2K2 was actually not very accurate. They just had like a database of the zones and monsters and items, but the statistics were like the monster abilities and their hit points and their how much they hit for and a bunch of like code-based things were not very good because the people that started that server were not coders. They just knew how to like import a bunch of database things and you know, just get in there and start playing and not really care about broken content. So Imperium came in and they just abused the shit out of all the broken content and leveled up really quickly, and started raiding and ended up getting into trouble with the devs on the new server as well. Typical. They ended up making a few, like the devs made a few rule changes on there as well, like PBAE rules. They put like artificial limits of how many mobs you can PBA and that kind of crap. So once again, just picking on Imperium, who just wanted to like, you know, play the game. Like they just want to min-max, right? So they see the rules and they're like, oh, but if you do this, it's, you know, it's not against the rules. It's just not what the devs intended, which is very different. But the devs were just like, nah, fuck you guys. So they created a bunch of artificial rules once again to pick on them. So after a little bit of time, I think one of the top players ended up getting banned because he was basically, it was like enchanting metals. So on his 3 enchanters, he was basically like, he had a hotkey or a macro or some shit where he was enchanting like platinum bars or something all at once. And the devs were like, haha, we gotcha. You broke the rule, you broke the macro rule, and they like banned him, and it was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So he came back to the server, and then the other players on P2K, they kept playing, and they actually, I think the game was in Planes of Power. I think they were past this server's expansion. It was less accurate, but the content was there. And it was also instanced, so they just had basically like EQ Live kind of mechanics where everybody gets to raid. There was no rotations. You just had your own instance of the zone, and you could just kill all the stuff you could. So the progression happened a lot quicker. So Imperium were there, and they were like in the top end zone really quickly. They basically progressed past their capabilities on this server within like half a year or a year over a new server. And I think eventually they kind of got bored, you know, because they beat the content. They ended up merging with another guild, and yeah, they basically just kind of won the content on that server, and it wasn't as exciting. So they ended up coming back here. Lisbon, uh, he kept playing here first, so he kind of got the rest of the gang to come back, and now they're back. They're back raiding, and I think they just defeated Emperor and have got keys to the Vextal zone, and they're just getting ready to raid for the first time, I think, very soon. So they're back. So that's why you see Fancy back in the Plane of Knowledge book. Because the guys are back in playing and winning and killing things. It's pretty cool. I always liked them. I never had anything against them. I appreciate their skill and their enthusiasm to push the boundaries of the game, because that's what it's all about. You know, you want to min-max, you want to optimize your time, your play time, you want to get the maximum reward for minimum effort. So if there's a way to do some funky game stuff that's within the game rules, then all the power to them. A lot of people are jealous, I think. A lot of people kind of go, oh, damn Imperium, they're getting all the EXP and this is not fair. And it's like, yeah, well, you can do it too. If you want to like have, you know, half your guild all pull snakes and Sra and PBA and do some funky shit, then go for it. So I appreciate their the way they push the game and their kind of skill level, as well as cleverness in figuring out some stuff that nobody else thought of. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens in Planes of Power, because that'll be a whole new set of content and a lot of very powerful mechanics that exist with enchanters. Enchanters can charm some bosses, and you can do some pretty funky cool things. So I think with the low numbers that Imperium is going to have, with some clever play, they'll be able to do big things. There'll be some encounters where, you know, they'll find a very powerful pet that can be charmed and defeat some maybe tier 2 and tier 3 encounters with very low numbers. So they'll be a good contender. If you don't know about the server over here in Plane of Knowledge, these are tribute characters for people that used to play on the EQemulator server that have passed away in real life. So these all used to be players that were kind of captured with their items that they had when they passed away, with Planes of Power items. So Temerity, Destiny, 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 Destiny. So these are the two predominant guilds that were on the max server. And yeah, Pokey actually played here on TAKP. I think she died a couple of years ago. So there's these little tributes to the characters that live on. Pretty cool. They just sit there. You can come and pay tribute to them. They're out of the way. They used to be scattered all around UK, like near the bank and that kind of stuff. But actually, what happened is it triggered some people. So because Pokey was actually quite, she died recently, and she was at the Dark Bank, and they put her where she used to hang out. A lot of the guildmates felt really sad when they logged in and saw her standing there, even though she was just an immortal NPC. So it was agreed that would be moved to a area that's out of the way, so that people wouldn't start crying and basically log in and start crying. It's very sad, actually. It was really nice. She was very kind and very nice to people, and that was quite a shock when she died. She unfortunately passed away after a long battle with cancer, as a lot of people do. So the GMs are really nice that they can, you know, make a little tribute as a reminder that lives on forever. in this game, in the server that's going to be around for like 20 years. You can still see your old friends in there. So I'm just selling off all the spoils from my lane of hate hunting. I gotta go and buy some gems. Oops. I need to go buy a few emeralds. Oh, what kind of armor does this guy have? Kind of gray leather. My food. Replenish my supplies so I can be strong and fight another day. Oh, that's another ruby crown that I can sell. I need to move this eye of Inaruk. So I'll probably log in a little mule or something. Let's see. I don't have one ready. I created this little shaman. I was gonna use him. So he's got a few random little miscellaneous items, like this primal cudgel. It's pretty cool. And I leveled up alchemy. And then what they did is they changed alchemy to be level based. So it's one of those trade skills that you need. You only get 5 skill points per level. So at level 60, you get to go to 185. So I leveled up this shaman's alchemy before that patch, so I could make like a few power leveling potions, the damage shield potions and stuff. And then they changed it to be level based, so I couldn't level it up anymore. So that's pretty sad. Oh my god, 46 people! Holy shit! 46 people joining my raiding party. What up, dudes? So here we're just playing some classic EQ styles. On an emulator server called TAKP. And we're living it up like it's 2002. Have you seen my sword? No, it's not a PvP server. No PvP, just player versus snakes and bats, and maybe a fire beetle if you're feeling feisty. I just wrapped up killing cats on the moon. Yeah. Let's see if we got any cats. I just logged off my cat. This was a cat. Hey, yay! This is what you get. You get cats on the moon and you can grow yourself.
Fizzle.
Why cats on the moon? Why not giant cats on the moon? Character name is alright, alright.
Fizzle.
What game did you guys come from? Are you guys from progression servers or something? Or another game? P99. Oh, rad. Wow, sick. Love that P99 action. Yeah, KI is the bomb. I would offer some mess group buffs, but unfortunately, this character doesn't have it. I'm saving my AAs for something else. I'm saving myself. Yeah, P99 is good times. Big population. It's been around for a... Uh-oh. Oh, I've got a phone call coming. I'll have to answer that later. We've got some important work to do here. We're just offloading some junk loot onto mules. Mother, I'm afraid I can't talk to you. Sorry, Mom. I'm encumbered. I got all this copper and platinum. So I was up in Plane of Hate earlier, killing minis and stuff, and just how much is this worth on P99? just like a million plat right here. So I got some mage epics that I sell. I do full mage epic MQs and just farm some stuff, chuck it in the bank, and do the rest of the quest. And then what I do is I sell the full MQ. It's quite easy. See, I've got where is it? Nope, not there. Oh, I've got Crowns of Elemental Mastery and a few characters and stuff, so... How many years did it take you, Larry? Like, 5 years? 10 years? I know it's a very coveted item because that epic is so strong, it's ridiculous. Oh my god. That's insane. That's very lucky. You must have got it before any competition. Oh yes, green. Nice, cool, man. I'm familiar with green. That's the non-beta version of P99, right? Apparently P99 was beta for the first 15 years. So over here I'm actually camping more mage epics. I use my mage epic to get more mage epics. What a twist. Yeah, so I've got 1 page of mastery, wind, fire, water. I just need earth. So I'm just here killing this stuff so that I can get another mage epic. Get rich. Oh, whoops, no, I don't want that. There we go. You guys may know this zone. This is some classic content. What I'll do is I'll check to see if there's any bosses up. I've got a few trackers in various spots. I know. We can't get the new skeleton, sorry, the old skeletons to work here because the mod for old wolves and skeletons doesn't work. It actually creates monstrosities because the client is different. So if you try to apply the P99 texture packs and stuff to this client, it doesn't work properly. It makes them all messed up. I'll see if I got a screenshot. I'll try to pull up a screenshot because I tried it for a little bit, and it was something out of Tim Burton's nightmare. That was quite funny, actually, like how it's not meant to be that a halfling has a head sticking out of a barbarian's leg. It's not natural. These are forces too powerful. Trying to find the screenshot. The old skeletons are great. I mean, I do miss it. So the mod kind of worked, like partially worked, but unfortunately, got too messed up. It was too much. Oh, so many screenshots, so many memories. Oh yeah, here we go. You guys ready for this? This is what it looks like if you try to apply the old school models. Look at this. I think I've got, yeah, look at this. See, the skeleton works. The wolf kind of works. Look at this guy. He's wearing his ass on his face. So yeah, I had to kill him, unfortunately. I tried. Yeah, some old screenshots, but yeah. Look at this two-headed halfling gnome. Good times. Yeah, 360 no scope. It was just too powerful. I tried to make it work. I was like, did I install the files wrong? So I tried like downloading the client and trying it a few times and like different combinations because there's also a high quality texture pack that you can install. So I was trying it like apply this first, apply the second, etc. But like no matter what I tried, it broke the global character model files. Sad times. So you get these ugly ass Luckland skeletons. I know. I'm sorry. At least I use the old models. At least I don't use the Luckland models. Yeah, cool. I think I use it. I can't remember. Maybe I like reinstalled and forgot to reapply it. And make my game compatible with the latest NVIDIA ray tracing card. Turn the textures all the way up. Might even use like 500 megs of RAM. All the RAM. What channels did you guys come from? Oh, Sitzal, you sound familiar. Sitzal, did you used to play on Thippy? Yeah, good, catch you later, level up, Larry. Thanks a lot, man. I'll give you a sub. If you guys like, you can give me a little follow or something as well. I try to stream around this time. This is my peak playtime. I'm from New Zealand, so this is like my time zone. It's like the late night crew. Since sounds familiar. Were you in Citizen or maybe Twisted Legion? If you're still here. There's a few people that used to play on the 30 progression server that play here. A little bit of history. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for the raid party. Good stuff. Out here through this trap. Oh, moosh. Oh yeah, I guess I knew you from TAKP. That's right. Were you on Temerity? Are you gonna come back to TAKP? When Planes of Power comes out, you're gonna come join? Or are you on the green server now? With your fancy mana stones and your geysers? And your Holgrish Elder Beads? You fancy kids? We don't have any of that cool loot here, unfortunately. Oh, you're making a game. That's pretty fancy. What kind of game? Better be EverQuest next. Or Pantheon. Is it Pantheon? Are you making Pantheon? Oh, Flappy Bird 2, The Revenge. Oh yeah, Hollowed Bone Brace is sick. This is the good shit. Are any of you guys gonna dabble in Pantheon when it comes out? Not I said when, not if. Because it's definitely coming out. Don't worry. I donated, so it's definitely gonna be made. They've got all the money they need. I gave them like 200 bucks. It's gonna happen, guys. Oh. Oh, cool, man. Nice. Are you gonna reuse the EQ's models and like the sounds? Did you see that guy that did EQ in the Unreal Engine? I think he did like a VR EQ. There's a video on YouTube. He like walks around E-Commons and Fadark and he gets on the boat and shit. It looks so cool. But obviously it's all just custom, built from scratch kind of stuff. There's no port or anything. I think you can get into the alpha for Pantheon for about 300 bucks, maybe 250. Yes, the VR bow. How cool was the VR bow? Holy shit, he was like shooting that skeleton like right in the head. That was so good. Yeah, it looked dope. He just did it in like the Unreal Engine or something. It must have taken him fucking forever. But yeah, someone needs to hire that dude. I love these kind of fan projects that are just amazing. I wonder if he'll do more of it, if he'll build that out to actually make it a playable game, that'd be pretty amazing. Yeah, when he started to shoot the orcs with the bow, I was like, oh bro, I want that. I want to do that. Sweet. Oh, dope. Yeah, I didn't watch the making of video. I just kind of because it was like a 4-hour video or something. I watched maybe like an hour of it. I flicked through it. It looked amazing. Hey, we got a boss. Va Dyn. Va Dyn is up. Okay. Now you guys gonna see some high-end try box bullshit. Hope you're ready. So he is he's kind of groupable. He's meant to be like a group or 2-group event, but with right characters and a bit of patience, you can kill him with. Oh, look at this mana of 60k. That's a bargain. You can kill him with 3 characters, so I've got a trio that can get. So in between these spawns, I will camp out. I summon my new mage epic. Yes, I did. I gotta do some teleports. Alright, I'll just go get some more emeralds. So this is like my main trio that I'm gonna log in. I've got a lot of alts, a lot of miscellaneous characters that are in all sorts of abilities and places. But to kill this boss, Va Dyn, I need my strong characters. So I'll log in my proper dudes. So these are like my best geared kind of characters. They've got the fattest Luckland loot. They've got lots of AAs, 121 AAs, and good gear. Like, look at this fat loot. Yeah. Look at this shield. It's comparable to the Volak shield, I'm sure you guys are aware. Okay. Enough talking, let's get to business. So Riverdale is my main, if you wanna call it a main in this server. You kind of get to play whatever characters you want, or a combination of whatever characters you want. But this is like probably my main character. So, as I'm sure you're aware, you can try box here. You can play 3 characters. So you can do some fun, cool little expeditions, like try to kill slightly tough boss mobs with a small crew. Hey there, how you doing, Nakopal? Welcome to the stream. Things are about to get hot and heavy. Just you wait. I have to turn my heater on. Gotta warm up my fingers. Can't have cold fingers and have StarCraft level APM. Okay, so I have to teleport twice because I can't teleport 3 characters. You can only log in 3 at once, so gotta do a little relog shuffle. And while I do that, I'm just gonna text my mother. My mother. Wouldn't that be nice, Crash? A courtesy port account. Yeah, we're good. Need like a dial-up port service, but automated. We just put in your donation money, and then you get access to a druid for like 15 minutes or something. I'm gonna summon a druid. Alright. Oh, Crush, if you're around and want to play, you want to come help DPS this Va Dyn, so we're not watching for like 3 fucking hours while I DPS this thing slowly. You don't have to. Let me see if you're online. You don't have to. We can enjoy and savor the experience of me whittling down this boss with 250,000 hit points. I hope he's got the good stuff. There's a really nice sword that is good for bards. That just drops randomly. I think last 4 times I've killed him, he hasn't dropped it. So maybe today's the day. Maybe it isn't, but maybe it is. Yep. Come help speed it up so I can call my mom and get some dinner. I think she wants to catch up. She just called me. I'm like, geez. I could have been in the middle of picking my nose. Do you need a port, Crash? I'll come get you. Yep. Don't need Shaman. Bring your mage for my DPS, that's right. So one cool thing about this server is that 2 humans make a whole group. So you can do some really cool stuff with just 2 humans. You can kill some awesome bosses and do some cool EXP zones. Because as I'm sure you're aware, EQ is quite a low-paced game. It's not like very high APM demanding. So if you play like one character, there's a lot of waiting, you know? I guess you can, you know, watch something or whatever. But on this server, you can mix it up by geoboxing or playing 3 characters. And with 2 humans, the efficiency isn't 100%. It's probably like maybe 40 or 50% efficiency for each character that you play. But you can have a whole group, and pretty cool. You can do some fun content. There's a post on the forums where people have trio trophies, where people post, you know, what they managed to kill with their 3 characters, and you know, you do dragons or like Maestro in Plane of Hate, or do the Plane of Fear, golems and stuff like that, Muster Yale. It's a lot harder than you think. So, you know, people are like, oh, 3 characters, super easy mode, etc. But some of the mechanics are quite tricky. So you have to be a bit creative. So some people can you know, come up with some very creative ideas to kill things that most people wouldn't be able to kill on their own. Gear helps, of course. You know, if you have Luckland gear and abilities, killing bosses in Kunark or Velius is, you know, much easier. But this is a Luckland boss, and you can try box it. It's pretty cool. With 2 humans, obviously it goes much easier and faster. There's also another boss called Rumble Crush, which is intended to be killed with a couple of groups, but there's a way to kill it with just 3 characters. It requires a little bit of luck and patience, because it takes about an hour to kill it. So you have to basically execute perfectly for an hour. If you kind of get lost or fumble or click the wrong button or whatever, you can just die. And I've wiped on like 3% once. It kind of sucked, but all right. There's my buddy. Oops. No, I won't give you Spirit of Eagle because we got Bard speed. Yeah, sweet. No worries, no rush. But yeah, it was my guildie called Slay. He was the first one that killed Rumble Crush, and it was like, yeah, an hour-long fight. Because you use a cleric and a shaman, and you outrange the rampage, and then what you do is you just let the damage shield basically kill it, because warrior DPS is not the best, so you've got like damage shield and warrior DPS, and you just whittle him away for like an hour, and eventually he dies. So it requires some patience. All right. Flip these off. I'm just gonna run plugin so I can give him KI. He doesn't have KI, so I just want to buff him, and then I'll camp to big boy. So extra 30 seconds while I relog. So thanks for your patience. Yep. POK books are in the game. It makes travel significantly easier. It was a quality of life decision that the devs made to make it more accessible for new players, so they could easily, you know, create a new character and click and get to POK where everyone else hung out. Otherwise, you know, the low population meant people, you know, wouldn't socialize as much. So it really helps out that you can travel. So you basically kind of make a new character, and the first thing you do is you just suicide him to get to POK, and then you just bind in POK, and you're good. All right, ready to go, Crash? Let's hit it. So this person is charming stuff here. Actually, let me just Let's give it a buff. Just gonna buff her. Yeah. Ninja buff. Oh yeah, there's an EQ Atlas linked. If you... Hang on, I'll give you a link. It shows you where the POK books are. Oops. Here you go. Use that as your atlas, and if you look at the K on the map, that is where the book is. It's a tiny little blue... Come on. Can you not? It's a tiny little blue K on the map, that's where the POK book is. Alright, give me a sec while I just pull this guy crush. Gotta buff that charisma. Do you need any buffs, Crush? Do you need haste or anything like that? On all three, yeah? Alright, yeah. I'll do that. Yeah, melee mage. Link your special like stuff that you have. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, damn. I couldn't get a Tash off, so I'll come back. Turn off bard songs, please. If you got any bard songs playing, turn it off. I need to heal myself, and I need to zone that shit. Come on. Where's this train? You want to come out and give me another pulse of Salos? Make it a bit easier. It does help a bit. Wait. Just need to land Tash or something on the boss, so he comes. I couldn't channel it. I got interrupted a few times. So we'll try again, see if I can sneak past all the shit. There we go, that works. Psych. Look at this train. I'll try to debuff it, slow it or something before it comes in. Whee. Try again. Damn. All right. Yeah. Oh, whoops. We can handle this one guy. I'll take care of it. I'll just don't make it summon. Oh, never mind. Alright, we'll just kill it. Easy. I'll move this guy away. Slow it. Cool. I'll just pacify and blur this guy over here. Rid of him. Okay, he's blurred, that's good. And I'll just get a pet. And I'll give you haste in a second when I come back. 1 sec.
Fizzle. Fizzle.
What's this? Double CH fizzle? What is this garbage? Yeah, we got a pet. Let's kill this guy. And oops. Alright. Good health, good. Raven. And I'll just cripple him. Respawn him. Put some avatar on. Alright, we're good. Yeah, nice, we got overhaste as well. Oh, could you hit me with mage damage shield, please? If you got that managed. lightning surge. Okay, so he's crushing me. So he's got the what's it called? Skybreaker. So I just need to find a character that needs a Skybreaker, I guess. Huh. Yeah, I still haven't procced Avatar. Jesus. Well, that is a bit unusual. There we go. Now it's propped. I love the mage DPS. Such a good stuff. Planes of Rome. There's some really good proc weapons in Planes of Power for casters from the Elemental Planes and Plane of Time, which actually makes it viable for wizards to be like a melee class. I mean, mages as well, but wizards have the highest crit rate, and you can crit for procs. So, as a wizard, if you have a weapon that procs for like 1,000 or something, it's actually quite viable to be a melee wizard. It's very good. It's too bad there isn't a primal dagger that you could swap in. That'd be dope. Yeah, primal dagger would be dope because you can just swap it in for your casters. Swapping out the two-hand blunt is a little bit annoying. Like I've got mine in the bank because I need to swap it out. Hey Sam, what up, buddy? You're the guy from the Mischief server, right? I think I was watching you play earlier. You killed Track, I think. Oh, that was like 4 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Trying to refresh my the werewolf buff for your mage. See if we can get this dexterity all the way to 255, max it out. Should be like refreshed just before the mob dies. Sorry about that. I should have mended earlier, but I was using my spell gems. Okay, I gotta remember to turn off enrage, turn off attack on enrage. Oh yeah, you ready for this? There you go. All fixed. Just in time. Yeah, sorry buddy. You should get the kill shot on your mage. Oh. Okay, let me get rid of my pet. Do you have a character that needs the Skybreaker? Any lobby ult or anything like that? Otherwise I might... Oh, what character to put it on? I don't know. Alaskan guild. Do you have a character that needs the robe? Yeah. Oh, the ratio's better. Crosscall, the proc does more damage, and yeah, if you want it, you could sell the thing. I don't think I have a character that needs. I've equipped all the shitty ults. The only thing is, somebody made a guild rogue. He's still level 1, but I don't know. I'll advertise a neg Discord. Give me a sec. Otherwise, I could loot it with the tracker ranger that I have here. Literally has no loot on him. It'd be a complete and utter waste. So it'd be better to give it to someone else. Also, I'm trying to see if I've got somebody that needs the robe. Do we have a porter with us? If not, I'll run Thuggin. Just get out. I don't think I have character for the robe. Apparently could do some tricky blind kind of crap with it, but not really. I think Nukem was trying to do some bullshit with that, but I think he gave up on it. Maybe he's gonna do something in pop, who knows? I'd rather it just goes to somebody that'll use it. Yeah, I don't have any characters that need it. But I'll run the druid over for ports. Ancient. I'll come teleport you to POK and buff you there. Speed. I love having characters that had bad speed when they're logged off and they just like log in and they just zoom. People are like, what the hell? Are you hacking? How are you moving so fast? What is this Hobbit bad speed nonsense? One time I had it on like a lobby gnome and then I just zoomed past the bank and some guy was like, whoa, that was the fastest gnome I've ever seen. Look at him go. Let's see, make sure that I'm seeing Viz. Yeah, well, I've got a couple of people that need Toad Twister, so that's the money shot. But you can also get the Bard song. The shield is also good. I think I got one character that could use the shield. Skybreaker used to be real good. I just filled up all my ults with it. Who is the leader? Am I the leader? Nope. Shoot me an invite. One of you dudes is gonna be the leader most likely. Oh, actually. There we go. Look at that. Got it. Fields was the leader. I thought I logged him off. I thought that's why. But I stopped the camp just before to give you the ancient Ego. Let's see. Where's this guy at? Hopefully no one else is gonna come in and swoop the loot. I actually had this happen once on Rumble Crash. I killed Rumble Crush. There was like nobody in the zone for like an hour and a half, maybe more, because I was running my characters over. I was checking to see if another guild would kill it. It was after hours. There was nobody online, and I ran my guys over, buffed up, killed Rumble Crush. It was like a 50-minute kill, and I was like, cool, yep, great. Logged off my dudes to run, to loot one of the items. And as I got there to loot, there was like some lobby paladin there that just like helped herself to the breastplate, and I was like, what? Did you just loot my BP? And she was like, oh, sorry, I thought it was rotting or whatever. And I was like, oh, whatever, it was just a shitty ult. So, but like literally nobody around for like an hour and a half, and then in the 5 minutes that I take to port and loot, somebody just snagged it. Good times. So you never know. Hopefully no one zones into Akheva ruins just in this gap of 5 minutes. And hopefully the guildie will snag the item. Sure, it'll be fine. Alright, I gotta go and make some food. What I will do is I will find another raiding streamer to send everybody to. Send them a big raiding party to send everybody to. GS6 Punk, alright. This guy. No more. Alright, there's a P99 streamer that's streaming some content. So I shall send everybody his way. Hopefully he's doing something. I don't know if he's asleep or not, but I gotta go. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you guys liked it, give me a follow. I'm still new here and I'm not an affiliate yet, and I need just a few more follows to reach affiliate status. So just if you appreciated the content, give me a little follow, and hopefully see you guys again. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you had fun. I know I did. And until next time. Go dashboard. There's a dashboard or something. All right, let's rate it up. Hey guys, thank you. Have a good night.